Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 8 of the cleverly named Nate Stowe Show. Today we're going to talk about quality of food versus quantity of food, how to decide what's right for you. Quick off-season review of the New Orleans Saints, at least so far into the off-season. And finally, a nearly spoiler-free review of the new Netflix movie, The Highwaymen, starring Woody Harrelson and, I'm forgetting his name, but Robin Hood. Let's get started. Quantity of food versus quality of food. What do we mean and how do we decide? This is something I got from a guy named Dan John. Great coach. Basically, quantity of food just means eat less food. This is where strategies like Weight Watchers, use smaller plates, eat slow, things like that, just trying to get you to eat less food. Quantity of food. Quality of food means eat real food, eat real ingredients. It's kind of like the keto of like, if you eat these types of foods, the calories are going to count themselves. Now, ideally, you want to do both, but when I'm trying to get someone started, it's a little hard to go from hero to zero or zero to hero all at once. So the way I decide is real simple. I just look at their height versus their waist measurement. If their waist is greater than half their height, so they're 60 inches tall and have a 31-inch waist or bigger, we focus on quantity of food. I don't really care too much if they're losing fat or muscle. I just need them to lose weight and get a smaller stomach. That's going to make them healthier. Now, if their waist is less than half their height, so you're 60 inches tall and you have a 29-inch waist, we focus more on the ingredients in the food because most likely you're what we call skinny fat, where you're not really that big, but you don't have much muscle tone, kind of soft to where it'll poke you on your legs or your stomach or something. It's kind of soft and jiggle. So quantity of food, quality of food, and kind of how to decide where to start. And then as you get in better shape, then yes, you want to do a little bit of both. Next up, the Saints off-season review. So far, I'd give them an A. I think they've done great. We didn't have a lot of cap room coming in. We had about $10 million, which was bottom 3, bottom 5 in the league, so we didn't have a lot of money to work with. We've already traded away our draft picks for Davenport. But with that said, man, I think we've done great. We've addressed all our areas of need. We got a new offensive lineman. Unger retired. Couldn't expect that, but I think we got a really quality guy to replace him from the Vikings. We added a new punt returner. We've always been weak on punt and kickoff returns. I can't remember the last time. It's been since we had the beer man, Michael Lewis, like 10 or 15 years ago. They called him the beer man because he's driving a beer delivery truck before becoming the Saints kick and punt returner. But that's the only guy I know of that's ever been very good for us. So we addressed that. We gave ourselves a little bit of wiggle room to keep Teddy Bridgewater on the team, so not really an addition, but we didn't lose him, so I like that move. And then we don't have a first-round pick because we used it on Davenport, but I think Davenport's going to be a stud this year. He's going to have more time to play, and I think it's a great move. As Peyton said, we got like the 30th pick in the draft or something like that. It's like we couldn't have gotten him with the 30th pick. I think it was wise to move up and got like a really good player that can actually contribute, and he did contribute. He just had some injuries, but when he was in there, he was playing great. Okay, and moving on, we have the nearly spoiler-free movie review for The Highwaymen. I say nearly spoiler review, nearly spoiler-free because hopefully you know Bonnie and Clyde died. So that's about the only spoiler. Personally, I thought it was boring. I almost fell asleep a few times during the movie. They had a couple highlights in there where they go and buy a bunch of guns and load up. You got Woody Harrelson in a bathroom brawl. That was kind of funny and intriguing. So, but for like a 2-hour plus movie, personally, not my cup of tea. I think I'm going to have a lot more fun watching Shazam here in about an hour. So some people liked it. A lot of people did. For me, though, I like B movies, so I like explosions and gunfights, and I like corny dialogue, and I like your particular movie tropes. This felt like a documentary. So it felt like literally like a documentary. Just doesn't feel like too much of a good movie to me. So I didn't like it. Maybe you will, but I'd have to give that like a C. That's it, y'all. Second video of the week, episode 8. See if I can get in here tomorrow for episode 9 with a review of Shazam. Talk to you then. Have a great one.